Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? I'm going to be putting on some music in the background and have it down low.
You're the girl with the dead family?
Yeah.
And you
It's just an ad. Just some lovely music in the background. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. Now, let's have a look. It's just, yeah, all gone to pot in Afghanistan. Haiti's had another earthquake and they've got a big storm coming in on them. So Australia's mounted a rescue missions to Afghanistan for Australians, but there are going to be people stuck there, and it's not looking good. 1 hour ago, Russian military aircraft burst into flames and crashes into the ground. That's not good. Yeah, so I hope everyone's okay, and good morning if you're in the US, good evening if you're here in Australia, good afternoon if you're in between. So there's so many things to look at. I hope everyone is going well, and so I haven't really thought about what I'm going to look at. Provocations. It's China. Okay, China, Taiwan, will tensions increase? If you do have a question for me when you come online, you can put it in caps, or put the word question in all caps first. Hi, Pat Ramsey. Rami, how are you? Rami? It's nice to see a new name. It's always welcome. I'm going through the news feed. China is firming up ties with the Taliban. It's going to be a long time before they are out of power, but it will happen. But in the meantime, I did a reading on the women and girls left there, and it's going to be really hard on them. And some of them are determined to stay, not flee. They're determined to fight for their rights and for their country, and all the prayers to them. I know that Biden's copping a lot of crap over the way it's going, but he's not the only person. He's not the US. Hi, Kathy W. is not the only country who has sent troops in. We've sent troops in. I think Britain is sending them in. Biden, Pompeo. Trump was going to meet with the Taliban at Camp David last year, and that would have been bad. Pompeo, what's his future? A question, I was watching some videos earlier, and a question came up: is Trump, or the Trump gang, we'll call them gang, still in contact with Taliban. Hi, Lady Life, North Carolina. Hello to everyone. Hello, Clara in North Carolina. That sounds like a lovely little town. My grandmother was called Clara. That was her name. Lady Life, it's lovely to see you. Welcome. It's lovely, always lovely to see new names and new people joining. If you have a question, you can put it in either in caps lock or write the word question. If you're more comfortable, you can just write question in caps lock and then we'll go back to normal. Oh, Laura Ingraham is pissing off Australians. She ridiculed Sydney over its lockdown. So we here in Australia, we do not lap up Sky News like some Americans lap up Fox News. We would mostly consider her to be a poor love. Hi, Debbie Fitzsimmons. 7,000 troops. There's even talk there could be up to 20,000 troops sent back in from the US. We need to. The senior Afghan diplomat has sought asylum in Australia. Oh, Bolt. We do not mention that. Well, mention that man with a cross in my family, on my side. Yeah, there's a word that rhymes with his name called, and it's adult, meaning an idiot. Yeah, he's adult. DOLT. Clive Palmer is trying to sue Western Australian government about the Premier saying we want proof of at least one vaccination before you come over here. So I'm going to look at the China-Taiwan tensions. Will they increase? Pompeo, his future. Is the Trump gang still in contact with the Taliban? And here was some question brought up. Anyone got a question for me? Oh, Robbie Williams says he felt guilty for battling depression and anxiety during his time with the boy band Take That. You should never have to feel guilty or made to feel guilty because you were battling those things. That's just, that's just wrong. It's just, apparently corruption within the Afghan government itself was rife. So wait a few more minutes. Yeah, the airport evacuation, that was yesterday. Chaos there. Hi, Greta TK, how are you? Teresa Cole, Greta. Yeah. I saw a report yesterday that the CDC are recommending extra shots of Pfizer for the immune compromised, where they can have it. Oh my goodness. I watched that game. Oh my goodness. He's surgery to his larynx. Oh my goodness. Also, Andrew Fafita set to have surgery on a fractured larynx during the canal. I watched that game. Oh my goodness. I knew he went off for a HIA, a head injury assessment. Apparently they fractured, his larynx got fractured and he's had to have surgery and he's in an induced coma. Andrew Fafita is an NRL player. You might know, some of my regulars will know that I posted a couple of links to some NFL games so you could see what the game is like. All prayers to him. He's receiving the best care and it's going well. Is expected he will recover in hospital for an extended period. Wow, fractured larynx. Oh. Wow. Oh, Lauren Bobbitt mocked Afghans for trying to flee Taliban rule. Oh, let's have a look at her future. Boobert. Hi, Em. Yeah, well, apparently it can be. Well, I suppose it could be. That's one of the things. He's lucky he didn't suffocate because, you know, you watch a lot of things often yeah, he's lucky he didn't suffocate. Mm. New Zealand is going into a 3-day snap lockdown. They've had a single case, but it's not a big country. It's not that many people. It wouldn't take much for the thing to go through the population. Yeah. Hi, Ewart. Any questions? A rugby player was stabbed. Oh, I don't know who that was. Wow. Oh, the Afghanistan's president fled without helicopter full of cash, apparently. Well, apparently there's questions being asked is what happened to a lot of the money. And a lot of the, you know, the army just basically laid down and said, here, take all the tanks, take everything we've been given. But the fact is, countries with troops who send troops to other places to help a country rebuild, they can't babysit them forever. Okay? Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, let's hope that he's okay. You're very concerned for your grandsons. Mm. Mm. And it's hard, but you do have to pull out sometime. And as they said, Biden didn't start the process. Trump did. He was, you know, he was going to talk to the Taliban. So it was pretty obvious that they were all poised to take over. Yes, it's terrible. It's terrible. And it does. It is sickening when you think about the way some people are going to be treated and all that. Will there be more protest in Australia? I'm going to start reading soon. Tatao Ki. Oh! Kifu, hey? Oh, goodness me. Prayers to him. It must have happened just today. He's undergoing surgery after being stabbed in the stomach during an alleged home invasion. Prayers to Tatao Tote, I can't pronounce his name, Kifu, and his family. Yes, he did invite them to Camp David. Will there be more protest in Australia? I was watching Mel Durr and Linda today, and basically Mel was of the same opinion as I had when I read, hi Sagine, how are you? That, yeah, they're planning to do things, but there's still going to be trouble, but it's not going to go the way they want it to. So, will the lockdown work in New Zealand? In New Zealand, I'm going to ask that question. Oh, okay. Did Russia help the Taliban with the rapid takeover? There's also talk about China helping, Russia and China. I'll look at both those countries. Oh, the Hollywood bathing debate. Oh, come on. Wow, there's a lot of the arms they're getting now, the American and stuff supplied by the countries who have been there for a while, because the army's just handing it over, you know? Moses Mbai, to sign with my beloved St. George Illawarra Dragons. Oh, God. Oh, you could sign better than him. Sorry. That's my team. Hi, Edna May. Yeah, that's true. They did, yeah. They just handed it over. Wasn't Elon Musk supposed to be heading up into the ethers by now? What's going on with Elon Musk and his space stuff? His space adventure. Was his modernized its attitude? Has the Taliban modernized its attitude towards women? No. No. Their actions have just shown very clearly that they have not, don't even need that. I mean, they are killing men, the men who don't want to join them, and they are, or even if they do join them, they're taking their wives and forcing them to marry. They're forcing girls out of school. Yes, I've got that question about Trump, Edna May. Is Trump's gang still involved with the Taliban? I've got that written. They haven't. No, it's just, yeah. you know, killed one woman saying they killed my sons and they took my sons' wives and forced them to marry the Taliban. No, they have not modernised its attitude to women in the least. Yeah. So let's have a look at some of these. So we'll have a look at some of these. China-Taiwan tensions. Let's have a look there. China is sending in, flexing its muscles in the area. Is it going to get... No, they haven't modernised their attitude at all. In fact, they're worse. They're worse. This is the lot who shot Malala a few years back. A lot before them wouldn't have shot Malala. No, this is... Yeah, so China, Taiwan, will tensions increase there. I hope that music isn't too loud. Suspension, limbo. The Lovers. Eight of Cups. They're very much wanting our PM's already said that we can't. Malala is safe. Yes, she's safe. She's safe. So will those tensions increase? They're sort of pushing the envelope, seeing what they can get to. But honestly, I think they're sort of working with yes, I'm going to read on Pompeo, Debbie Fitzsimmons. Sort of, they have a hand in with the Taliban, so they're like not willing to increase things too much. I think they're setting to do a bit of a pause and maybe a wee bit of a retreat, and look for a different way to get there. Taliban announces an amnesty and urges women to join the government. What's that about? Is that real? I'll have a look at that. They weren't prepared for... Yeah. Okay. China's holding live fire exercises. Who is Malala? Malala is that young girl who was advocated education for Afghan girls and the Taliban shot her in the head. She survived. She's a wonderful advocate for the education of girls. And yeah, external interference and provocations by Taiwan's is this. They're testing the waters. Yeah, they're doing one of their pushing exercises. The thing is, Taiwan is very prepared. Taiwan is very prepared, and they do know that they will get support from various members. So, yeah, it would not be, but yeah, there could be an increase in tensions, but I do feel they're going to back off a bit. They're trying to ramp up the tension, but Eight of Swords, it's like if they try, China's going to be on a much more insecure footing than they want if they push too far. So it's just one of their normal push the boundary, push the envelope exercises. They will pull back into a, I suppose you'd call it a form of containment. Eight of Queens. But every time they do one of these things, I think they probably have other vessels out, disguised vessels, spy vessels, and they do it also to get details, to spy on what Taiwan do. So it's a bit of an exercise to get more information, but they know if they push it too far, yeah, it won't be good for them. But they push the envelope, and every time they do that, they have their little spies and their ships and all sorts of things around, and they do it to get more information. So, hi, Renee. Yes, thumbs up would be lovely. And hello to everyone who's watching, who's not in the chat. Thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate it. And to everyone who chooses later to press on my videos, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, next question I have, Pompeo. Okay, he's still part of the Trump gang. Now, is Pompeo in talks with the Taliban? Let me know if that music is too loud, guys. I got out yesterday and got out and mowed the front lawn yesterday. And today we went for a drive up north. There's a little place called Lanceland, and it's about an hour and 15 minutes drive, or an hour 20 minutes drive north of where we live here. And it was lovely. Oh, Pompeo. Yeah, well. Six of Wands. He's feeling victorious, like I got one on Biden. Biden is not happy, and I'm going to have a read on Pentagon heads going to roll. Did not get the best advice, so our Pentagon heads going to roll. There's a few people who should have been replaced immediately. One of them being Charles Flynn. The Six of Wands. He's feeling pretty good. He's feeling pretty good. But he has a challenge. This is his future. He's got a challenge. He's facing a challenge, and that challenge is justice. So I'm doing a full cross on Pompeo. What's at the base of this reading? Why is justice his challenge? Queen of Coins. Pampering. Queen of Coins, she likes to be pampered. She likes a luxuriant. So it's also pampering to the wishes of others. It's an indicator to me that they're pampering to the wishes of others. So pampering to the Taliban, the meetings he had, they could be coming into it. He's also pampered to other people when he was overseas in his duties, so-called duties. And it's not just the Taliban, it's other people as well. His past actions, King of Wands, that are going to come and, come up and affect his present and future. The King of Wands. Part of the Six of Wands is that it's also an emissary for the king. Trump, he was out there, he was doing Trump's business, and he was facilitating some things for Trump while he was in the role of Secretary of State, and they weren't on the up and up either. He wasn't facilitating things for the government to do good. He was facilitating things for Trump's personal gain. What's his present like? Ooh. Things are not looking good for him at present. No, he doesn't. He won't. He won't. There's talk about some people getting banned from ever running for office again, and I think this dude might be one of them. He is facing the death of his political career. That's pretty darn clear. His challenge is justice, so his immediate future, 9 of Cups. And it's not the 9 of Cups like he gets everything he wants, or even he gets everything we wish on him. It's not that. It's greediness, things are going to come out. Success, abundance, well-being, contentment. But here's the thing, the opposite of success and abundance is failure. And he's smug and he's conceited, and he's complacent. So that is all going to come to an end for him, Yeah, complacency, smugness, conceitedness, and it's not well-being and abundance either for him. I do feel with that death card and with him, the challenge being justice and his ties to Trump and his role as an emissary for Trump in roles that he should not have been an emissary being there for, it's going to, an end of that stuff for him. So it should be reversed. Losses, hi Apple, hi Renee, hi Sherry French, hi Melinda, how are you? When's False Teeth Tarot coming online? Now, in his environment, in his environment, we're looking at Pompeo here, especially since that picture with him with the Taliban leaders has come out. That's like, in his environment is anxiety, nightmarish worries, and if it's upside down, it's just worse. So even at best, it's anxiety, almost crippling anxiety, inability of movement, being halted and stuttered. And if that's reversed, then it's even worse. So either way, it's not good. He was part of that wrecking crew. Yes, he is. What do people see? Oh, they see someone who is going to be facing a change that he has no control over. This is not someone who's facing good fortune. They see someone who may have had good fortune in the past, but there is a change coming. He's got no control over it. And again, he's facing justice. That's his challenge. And at the top of the reading, in his present, the death of his career, because at the base of the reading, he pampered to those who he shouldn't have. What are his hopes and fears? He's hoping he can avoid consequences of past actions, but he can't. This is the Six of Cups. It's not going back in time and being a child again. It's actions from the past coming back and biting you on your tooth. Okay, or your petunia, biting you on your butt. And he's hoping to be able to avoid that, but he's not going to. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry French. Now, his outcomes. So I do 4 cards for the outcomes. High Priestess, secrets. Things are going to be coming out. Secrets, lies, unwise decisions, agendas. He was already being investigated in some part by the Inspector General, I think, of his department. The Queen of Swords, he will be facing being called forth to answer for his actions. Okay. Eight of Wands. His downfall is coming, and it's actually going to be quite quick, and it's going to have a big impact on Trump and gang. The Emperor, he's breaches of law and order. Hi, Sheila, Inquisitive Tarot. This is the stability. This is the forces of law and order. He's going to have to face those forces. I haven't done a reading on Mnuchin in ages. On the bottom of this deck is the Hermit. He needs to watch every step very carefully, what he says, everything. Apparently, all the things where Trump was saying, I got people out of, I took the forces out of Afghanistan, all this, blah, blah, it's me, I did that, all this, and I did the best job. They're all disappearing. But they're out there. Once they're out there, you can't make them disappear. So, so things are not looking the best for Mike Pompeo. Jaime, as I call him. So, yeah, he's not having a good run. You're drinking your coffee. I've got some coffee too. Anything they promoted about the withdrawal from Afghanistan, they ever heard of screenshots? Yeah, they're all deleting it. It's going to be like, oh, no, it wasn't our idea. It's like, well, it's all on record, darling. You started the process, and you started the process badly. But I've got one question I want to ask before I move on. A head going to roll at the Pentagon, because I think Biden is very angry with some of the advice and information he has been given. And will there be a shake-up? Will heads roll at the Pentagon? Queen of Pentacles, that's a yes. Four of Cups. Ooh. There are some people who are going to be given offers that they don't want. The advice for them. Take it. It's your best chance to get out of there and leave honorably and quietly if you want any peace in the future. Because secrets and lies are going to come out, and the bad advice. The outcome here, Six of Wands. Yeah, they're going to get the message. Leave. Queen of Wands. Yep. Some of them are going to be facing questions later in Congress. What's on the bottom? Four of Wands. If you want to be able to go home and celebrate getting out of things by the skin of your teeth, leave now and quietly. If you want to stay around, you're not going to like what happens. So, yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at the next question I've got written down. Thank you. Thanks for that, Melinda. Off with their heads. That was the Queen of Coins, so the pampering. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Yeah, they would. They would. Okay. Steve Mnuchin, what's going on with him? Style sparks a rush on $20 jeans that flatter every body shape. Where? No, bye, Renee. Thanks for joining us. Kmart. Yep, Kmart had some good clothes. Hi, Robin Arvin. Hi, Renee Rogers. Okay, Mnuchin. What's in store for Mnuchin? Page of Cups. He is dealing with some surprising and emotional news, and he's not dealing with it well. And I think he is a bit of a sooky boy in general if things don't go his way. What's his challenge? Strength. I think he's a bit of a self-sabotager. He's not smart enough to play all the games. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Sheila. Nine of Pentacles at the base of this. The Nine of Pentacles, one of the aspects of it, it is one of those abuse of power cards. Using the position to better himself or to benefit others, to benefit himself or others. And that's at the base of the reading for him. His past actions and the result of them, his past actions are going to lead to a change of fortune for him. What's he looking at present? The Sun. At present, he's feeling pretty good and pretty happy, but the Sun can also be about exposure. And given that he's facing a change in his fortune from his past reaction, and that his challenge is strength, maintaining strength, he's a bit of a self-sabotager. This could also be an element of exposure for him. At the moment, he's at that space and time where that abuse could be coming out with the Sun. Okay, so we're looking at Steve Mnuchin. Hi, Estelle Harrington. In his immediate future, the King of Cups, oh, he's going to be asked some questions by the Biden administration. The Biden administration might even send in a Doberman pincher. And a proctoscope to search everything. what was that? America's Sweetheart, sending a Doberman Pinscher and with the proctoscope where the sun shines. In his environment at the moment, 7 of Pentacles, assessment. Has he done enough? He's really worrying. Has he done enough to avoid consequences? Has he hidden enough? Has he, you know, will they find enough? He's really worried about it, the consequences. What do other people see? They see someone who just, again, he was not smart enough or creative enough to get away with what he was up to. It's all going to come out. Okay, so what are his hopes and fears? He's hoping this can be resolved and he can move on with his life, and he's fearing it's not going to be. It's going to keep going and going and coming back around and around and around. He's hoping for resolution and be able to move on, but his fear is that he's not going to be able to move on very quickly. It's going to keep happening, going around and around in cycles for a while. So he won't be able to just resign and move on. That's not going to happen. What are his outcomes? The Fool. He's not really prepared for what's going to be ahead of him. The 9 of Swords, anxiety, worry, nightmarish scenarios in front of him. The 5 of Wands, debate, conflict. He can't. Every time something's throwing at him, he's going to go squirrel. He can't. You know, he'll do anything he can to create a diversion. And that's what he's going to be like. Competition, battle for life and success. Conflicting ambitions, opinions or activities. It can be too many choices. But for him, it's going to be a bit of a battle. No, sometimes I go and I refer to notes and all that when I want a bit of clarity, because you can get stuck in a rut on what a card can mean, and it's got more than one meaning, and I don't like getting stuck in a rut, so I do refer to notes sometimes. His outcomes: 6 of Pentacles, deals, quid pro quos. I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. This is very much to do with helping Trump hide his taxes. That's all going to come out. What's on the bottom for him? 9 of Wands, embattled. Things aren't looking too good for Mnuchin. Thank you very much, Apple. Yeah, we went for a drive today. It was lovely. We had a little bit of a shower before we left, but then no rain at all. Yeah. Thank you, Kathy W. Yes, I did do a reading for you. I'm glad to see that it was good. That you, yeah, I got some lovely feedback from you, I think. Oh, yeah. Now, let's have a look. Are the Trump gang still, did Mnuchin help with Jared's dealings? Interesting question. Did Mnuchin help with Jared's dealings? Cards of the highest truth. Not really. Very accurate. I've drawn 3 cards on that question. I've got the Tower, the King of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Got not really. Maybe where any involvement with Trump between his company and his father-in-law's, but I'll tell you what, he did help with, because there's stuff in Trump's tax returns that is big tower stuff. No, more with Trump, but it's sort of maybe, yeah, maybe I don't really get him having a lot to do with Jared. This is bad money too. Page of Wands. Actually, he might flip to avoid going to jail for the rest of his life. He is not a strong person. You saw that with his challenge being strength. He can be a bit of a self-sabotager. So, yeah. Okay, now, are the Trump gang still in contact with the Taliban? Yes, he did, yeah. The Trump gang still in contact with the Taliban. 2 of Pentacles, manifestation, dealings, handling. 8 of Wands, that is the card of communications. Justice. They have no business being there. 5 of Pentacles out in the cold. The Wheel of Fortune. That is a yes, a big yes. There, yeah, definitely. They're trying, the Taliban do not believe that Trump's going to get put back into power, but they're still feeding them that line that Trump's going to be reinstated. They're trying to gaslight them and get support. Yeah, they're definitely feeding him that line, and they're trying to get, in the hope that the Taliban will throw some support behind them and, you know, cause trouble in the US. These are some big impact cards. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana out of 9 cards here. There's definitely still contact. He's trying to get the Taliban to recognize him as the justified leader of the US and not Biden. And I don't think the Taliban are buying into it. They used him. Oh, deals. He's still got deals going on with them. Loss. 7 of Swords. There is some. Yeah, they're definitely, and they're trying to get away with it. But you know what? Yeah, there's definitely some contact there with the Trump gang and the Taliban, trying to get their support for his, I'm going to be the president again, you just wait and see. You know, my people will possibly even some cells in the US to help put him. Yeah, possibly even some cells in the US to help with his bid to get back into the White House. Yes, he is. Okay, next question I've got. Lauren Boebert. Well, she's going to get hoard before the 1-6 committee. Question: why was your mother filmed with a bullhorn shouting directions to where Nancy Pelosi's office was? Will people speak up for Biden and shut down this attempt to further divide us? Yes. He'll get it sorted out. Biden will be able to ride through this because he's got a lot of experience. Yeah, they're not going to get away with it. Yes. Yes, he's getting judged by some, but he's got the receipts for everything. He'll be able to show, so this judgment. But he is not a coward. He is the commander-in-chief. And this happened on his watch. Okay? And he has said, it's stuff up and it's happened on my watch. I'm going to find out why. Again, here's that offer some people don't want. And might have a bit of a change in the fortune. It might lead to a bit of a change, but 2 of Wands, new strategies leading to a bit of a change. But it's not going to be the complete stuff up some people want it to be. I mean, trying to erase all trace that you were the person who sent them in. That's ridiculous. It's all written down. It's all public record. The stupidest thing. Yes. Mine will ride this out. He's tough. He knows how to ride these things out. I just got a question go through my head. Did the Trump administration help the Taliban in the last few years? This is entertainment purposes only. But did they help the Taliban during their time in office? Did the Trump administration facilitate things for the Taliban during their time in office? They'll get inside. Oh my goodness. The High Priestess. 10 of Cups. That's a big yes. Trump administration and some Republicans leaving Biden to carry the can now. Oh yeah, and it's going to come out. It is going to come out too. Yep, the devil, definitely. They facilitated things for the Taliban. He could have put them out at any time during his administration. He left it till the last couple of months, and he left it a mess. People are going to get indicted, Em. Don't worry. Things are coming. That question just popped through my head. I haven't done a reading on Wonder Boy for ages. So, Lauren Bobbitt first. Let's have a look at her. Yeah, there's going to be stuff happen. It's going to be unrest. Have faith. Have faith. Don't lose faith. Okay. Lauren Bobbitt. King of Wands. She loves Trump. Her challenge, 3 of Cups. Too much overindulgence. Just too much. And emotional immaturity. Emotional immaturity. And she just overdoes things every time. All you need is a ham sandwich, she'll bring on the pig. That sort of thing. Ace of Wands at the bottom of this, at the base of this reading is Ace of Wands. Ooh, some of her ideas. 2 of Cups, deals that she's done in the past are going to be affecting her present and her future. 4 of Wands. At the moment, she's feeling quite celebratory at the moment, like she's gotten away with something. So she's having a minor little chuckle and, yeah, I'm smart, I'm smarter than everyone. What's in her immediate future? 3 of Pentacles. This is her working with others, and it's going to come out. Staying grounded during these times. I'll do an oracle card reading on that, Renee Rogers. Okay. On staying grounded. Yeah. Okay, so her dealings with a couple of other people. The group where it's going to come out. What's in her environment? The High Priestess, secrets and unwise decisions, and lies and deception. What do people see? They see someone who is just a nasty little gossip mongering. She pretends to be your friend and then turns it back on you and stabs you in the back. That sort of person. Okay. Hi, Michelle Mabel. Her hopes and fears. She hopes she can pull off having to face the 1/6 commission, and she fears she's not going to. She hopes she can, you know, pull something out of a hat, but I don't think she's going to be able to. What are her outcomes? The Empress. This is the voters. She's not going to get turfed out before the election, but the voters are in her outcome, the Empress. 9 of Wands, in battle. She's going to have a really hard time in the next election. She's going to be embattled with the voters. The Knight of Wands. There is someone who is, she's going to be primaried, I think, by then, and there's going to be a smooth talker, but I don't know that they'll take her place if they're a Republican. 3 of Swords, yet she's facing heartbreak. She just better give up on any idea of staying in office any longer and building her political career, because it's not going to happen. They did, but they're going to be, I don't know. Will Lauren Boebert be charged with anything ultimately? Will Lauren Boebert ultimately be indicted with anything? Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Truth is definitely going to come out about her. She's not going to be happy. She's not going to handle it well. She's going to chuck tantrums. Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands, investigations. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. She's not going to be very she's not going to be feeling very secure. She is going to have to defend herself. Five of Cups. She's going to be facing losses. And Knight of Cups. False representation. Yet she is going to be facing. She's definitely going to have to defend herself, and she could be charged. I saw the Ace of Swords that came out. But she might flip. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at Nature Boy, Matt Gaetz. Is it getting closer to Matt Gaetz being indicted? I got it's still going to be a while. They get there, and then it's like they almost get there, and it's like, oh, we've got to pull back. People won't go to a restaurant. They're gonna if it comes out that she was involved with that, she's gone. She's over. She's done. And I do think it's going to come out. Yeah, these things take time. I think they take a while in Australia. The US, they take a long time. Doesn't happen overnight. Matt Gaetz. Investigations still happening. But he's also getting ready to pull some sort of a stunt as well. Is he getting closer to being charged? It's still going slow, but we've got the quick night with the investigations, but the slow progress. So that could mean slow progress is speeding up. It's coming to a critical juncture. Okay. So we've got maybe, yes, maybe they're looking at things paused. It is getting closer, but there's some parts of the investigation they've had to stop because it's not going anywhere. But he's still going to be very embattled. And the rule of law is still going to be sending him a message. So, look, I do feel he's going to get indicted, and they are getting closer, but there's some things going to be out in the there's something that they've dropped, and they're regathering from that. So, yeah, but he will, yeah, it's getting closer. Okay. There's something they were going to pursue that they've dropped. So, or had to pause and reevaluate. Don't know what it is. Could be the identity theft thing, but not sure. Okay, now, will there be more protest in Australia? Yes. I was saying to your hubby, I know that 6 lockdown in 12 months and all that for Victorians and all that, but they've had breaks between the lockdowns. You know, Britain ended, you know, eased restrictions and came out of lockdown after over 12 months in lockdown. And some places are still in lockdown almost 18 months later. So, yeah, there's going to be some more protests with people wanting to, you know, thinking that they can cause trouble. Yeah, protests and disruptions. People are getting frustrated. I understand that, but, you know, it could cause, some of these could be super spreader events. And there are some plans in the works. And I just read this generally for Australia-wide. And the city of Darwin and the town of Katherine in the Northern Territory have gone into snap 3 days lockdown because somebody, the same person, went through both places. I do a chakra rebalance. It's a 10-minute one. I think I've put the link in before. That I can put the links in in the community page if you like. Okay. Will the circuit breaker lockdown in New Zealand work, or will COVID get worse? Will COVID get worse in New Zealand? Oh, that's not looking too good. That's not looking too good. It's a bit of a balance. In some places, it's going to get worse, but in other places, they might have to extend it a bit, but it is going to work in the end. But it's going to be a little while. They could be looking up to 4 weeks in lockdown in New Zealand, so with some more cases and stuff. But because they jumped on it quickly, I think, but I do feel there might be some more cases. Oh, tower. Tower. Cold shoulder feeling. Oh, shoulder. They're going to have trouble with people, getting people to stay in again. Yeah, they're going to be hit quite hard. They're going to be hit with it. Enough for a good shake-up. But I don't know that it'll go through the whole country, but there might be 4 key places that will have to go into lockdown for a few weeks, but it could be swift and they could lose quite a few people, unfortunately. Hopefully it'll be as short as possible, but I do think they're in for more. Chakra rebalance would be wonderful. Okay. Well, when I finish here in about 15 minutes or so, I'll do that. I'll post that chakra rebalance there. Did China and Russia help the Taliban with the rapid takeover? Well, we'll ask on China first and then Russia. So did China help the Taliban with the rapid takeover? Yes. Yes. Yes, but it was very slow. They took their time with it, very cautious, very much in the background, like you. Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did. Are they going to be called to book for it? Well, I don't know. But they will want to be careful. I do think it's going to come out and it is going to change a relationship, an already bad relationship. It's not going to help it with a lot of the world. Russia. Did Russia help as well? So I'm looking at both countries, separate question. Did Russia help the Taliban with the rapid takeover as well? What flew out there? Oh, yeah, definitely. Russia had some input as well. The Hierophant, definitely. I think they've been helping train some of these guys. The Sun is going to come out too, and it won't be surprising. Yeah. Here's Trump. Trump had knowledge of this happening. Of course he did. Yeah, he helped them. Russia helped them prepare, and he helped them build. He helped them build up as well. But Trump was in there in the mix as well. Deals, Hangman, and Temperance again. Where they were probably would have been wiser to show restraint. They helped them regain a new balance, a new level. Yeah. Is New York? Yeah. Okay. The unvaccinated, they can only go inside to grocery, laundry, and pharmacies. I think that's a bit draconian. But, you know, that New York City, who's that going to last? Is that separatist of the vaccinated and the unvaccinated in New York City going to last? Or will it come crashing down? That's de Blasio and his mates, isn't it? I won't bother with Elon Musk tonight. Is that going to last? There's going to be a pause on that. And then it's going to start again. I think it's going to end up, I think someone's going to bring a court case and it's going to end up being judged, you know, you can't do that. It impinges on personal freedom and things like that. But it's still going to take a while for that to get resolved. So I expect it to carry on for a while, but it is going to end. You know, you want to take care of everybody possible, but there are some things you can't do, and impinging on people's personal freedom. But I know we all had to be vaccinated as kids. Mel was saying when he was a kid, you know, they had to show their card showing that they were fully vaccinated before they'd be allowed to go to school and things like that. But it's a different kettle of fish nowadays and stuff. Okay. I'm going to grab the cards now, okay, and staying grounded. Wisdom of the Hidden World, okay, by Colette Baron Reid. Let's have a look and we'll draw some cards on staying grounded, okay? Yeah, it is eventually going to be, the court's going to say, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. So, yeah. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. And staying grounded. What's up with my arm? Where? They're just fat. What's up with my arm? There's nothing wrong. It's just, honestly, under this little scarf. Oh, you think I'm wearing a sling? I'm not wearing a sling. It's a Nike. So I just wanted to dress it up a bit. Yeah, nothing wrong with my arm. It's a bit muggy too. Okay. 3 cards on being grounded in these turbulent and emotional times. Because honestly, more is going to come. The word Lord, communication, praise, dishonesty, the map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. Keeper of the scales, fairness and balance. Okay. Off the top of my head, communication, praise, dishonesty. Be honest in your communication. Dishonesty does your discredit. It does your guides and the universal spirit a discredit. And if you believe in a certain law or, God, does them a discredit. So stay honest to yourself and communicate to others how you are feeling, especially the people around you. They might be worried about you too. So communicate to them how you feel. Say you just find it hard. Sometimes it's hard to stay grounded and, and just be honest, and whatever they say, they say. If it's not helpful, it's not helpful, move on. If it's helpful, fantastic. But be honest. Again, authentic purpose. If you're finding yourself at a loose end and you don't know what your role is in the world anymore, have a deep, real think about what makes you feel like a real, authentic, worthwhile person and what gives you inspiration, authentic purpose. Don't go and do something that somebody else suggests because you think, oh, yeah, it's not really, it might not be a bad idea. If you're not attracted to that or you're not, it's one thing to give it a go, but to continue with something that you just don't feel that connection to, that's not good. Okay? If you want to try some things, find something that you feel a connection to. You might try my 10-minute chakra rebalance that I'm going to put there for you, the one I use, but you might feel you don't connect with it. So, yeah, and find something that inspires you. And remember, you have the free will to stop and change what you're doing if you want to. If you're not feeling that that connection to it. And the keepers of scales, it's really easy for everybody to judge everybody else. But just remember, you yourself would like to be judged fairly. So when you're looking at something else and you feel like you're being called upon to say something or do something or make a call, be fair. Treat others with the fairness and the balance that you want to be treated with, because that is really important. So do things that you connect with. If you're not connecting with it, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you stay grounded. Communicate honestly about what you feel. And if somebody does something that you think is great, praise them. They might be feeling bad. So if, communication, praise others who do good, even if it's, thank you so much for helping me today. James got a bit snippy with me earlier after a long day. I said, oh, don't talk to me like that. And he was like, oh. He came back a little bit later and he said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snipped at you. And I said, thank you for apologising. If somebody, don't hang on to it. If somebody has, been a bit snarky with you and they come and apologise, praise them for that. Say, thank you. I really appreciate that you've done that. And I appreciate the apology or whatever, or, you're coming in and correcting things. So praise others who, in their community, and be honest, and don't be dishonest about what you want to say. And don't be dishonest through omission either. Oh, I'd rather not say that. Say a little bit hard. But yeah, I was hurt. Or brushing things off is not always the best thing to do. I'll just brush it off because they're in a bad mood or they've had a hard day. But having a hard day doesn't give you a free pass. So by brushing it off, you're being dishonest about how you're feeling and you're being dishonest in communication with them. Okay? So be honest in your communication. And if you can't demand praise, but if somebody comes to you and says, I'm sorry, praise that. Hi, Annie. You caught me at the end. I'm only doing an hour and a half tonight. It's been a long day. We had a lovely day out and stuff, but yeah, pretty tired. If you're looking for something different to do something that you have a connection with, that inspires you. And remember, you don't have to keep doing it if you don't feel that. You've got the free will to stop. And treat others with the same fairness and balance that you want to be treated with. All of those will help you stay grounded. It is tough times. It is tough times ahead for everybody. Worldwide, there's going to be challenges through skirmishes. There's going to be challenges through natural disasters. There's going to be more challenges with this illness. Do everything you can. So these are things. Communication, praise. Don't be dishonest. And that includes just brushing something off because you're feeling hurt or something. Omission. Find something you want to do that you really connect with. Okay? That you really connect with and that inspires you. And remember, if you lose that inspiration or you don't connect with it, you have the free will to stop it. You don't have to keep going. And treat others with the fairness and balance you want to be treated with. Okay? With the same fairness and balance. So they're the three cards, okay? Anyway, guys, I am going to leave it there. I will pop on and put the 10-minute chakra rebalance on there. And, yeah, look after yourself. Stay strong. Stay healthy and stay loving. I will be back Thursday morning. Thank you for joining me all, okay? Have a great day or a restful night's sleep if you're in the night areas. Have a great day if you're in the day areas. And love you all. Bye-bye. Bye, dishes and stitches.